Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel, Glory in Family Ministries. So apparently, it's going to be Glory in Family Ministries where we talk about all kinds of things, that including marriage too. We are not going to be separating marriage from family because we got a revelation that marriage is family. So that's how we are going to be working it. So welcome back to our channel where we are going to talk about different things. And today's topic is going to be I have daddy issues. And we are talking about this because of what we had spoken about the other weeks, talking about the sexual immorality in families, hosting, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
We found out that actually most of the things happen because people have daddy issues out there, boy, girl. But then this also incorporates in marriages where women go in their marriages telling their husbands, me, my father never treated me like this.
Yeah.
Or me, my father did this to me. Or like expecting their husbands to treat them the way their fathers treated them. That's also a daddy issue. So daddy issues can either be negative or positive. So that's why we want to talk about them. But it's mostly going to be on what effects it has brought among girls and boys that are out there and how we can actually help them out, or for you to understand, because sometimes you might not know that you have daddy issues, yet you do have, and you realize it later when actually people are telling you you have daddy issues, and I'm like, no, yet your daddy issues are there. Or you might be doing things that you don't know, whereby you don't know why you're doing them, and you're wondering, I don't know how this started. I don't know how it started. Oh my God, those kinds of things that can also be a cause. So, not that it actually causes it, but it might be one of the doors as to why it opened a certain behavior in you. So, after talking about, of course, the daddy issues, we shall be, by the end of our podcast, we shall be talking about how you recognize it and then how you get out of it. So, yes, enjoy the video as we go on, and we hope that you enjoy it. Yes.
I will take it on from there and say, how does someone know they have daddy issues? Like, what do they look like?
Yeah.
And I'll share my story first.
Yay. Oh, sorry.
First and foremost, I didn't think I have daddy issues. Why? Because I thought people who have daddy issues are people who, like, their fathers abandoned them and left them. Like the father just chose not to be a present father while he's alive, but he leaves or gets another family. Those are the people I thought have daddy issues, because when you watch series, you see the kids who are acting out are the kids whose fathers abandoned them, and they know he's there, so they have that abandonment thing. Me, my father didn't really abandon me. It's not like he packed up and left. He died, and it was
not his fault.
Maybe it was his fault by the lifestyle that he led, but he didn't choose to die. He didn't kill himself.
Yeah.
He died. So me, in my mind, I was like, I'm fine. I don't have daddy issues. I grew up very well. My mother took care of me. Now, yeah, when I looked back into my life, I had certain traits and characteristics of children who have daddy issues. They are always seeking male approval. You always want men to approve of you. So you're seeking out relationships with men, with boys.
Yeah.
You're doing things to get men to notice you and love you. You're looking for love from men. And usually, because you don't have a father figure to understand what that love looks like, you end up in relationships that are where the boy really is just using you, but you don't know, because you think if you give him what he wants, he will love you.
Yeah.
So me, the way my daddy issues acted out in my life was that you date a boy and you think he loves you, and then he moves on with your life, then you're with his life, then you're so broken, then you're like, and then you keep doing it and doing it, not knowing that the reason why you're doing this is because you're looking for a man to love you. So, and it took me a while before I realized that I'm among the people who have daddy issues. Yeah.
Wow, thanks. I think for me, I realized I had daddy issues when I think I was in my 20s. Yes, because I mean, My dad died when I was in S1. I don't remember how old I was. No, S2. I don't remember my age, but it was an abrupt death. And eh, me and my dad were a bit close. You get, he's those men who would really give you the assurance of you're loved. He would spend time with you, take you out on walks, those kinds of things. Carry you. He used to carry me even at my old age, my young age. Okay. Whenever he died, but he was still carrying me. So when he died, I didn't know it had put a very big hole in my heart.
Yeah.
Yes, it was painful, but I was still loved by the people around me. You get, so when I realized that I had those issues, is, as you have said, wanting approval from other men. But for me, I think it was more of wanting older men, like the company of older men and being with them, hearing what they had to say. I never wanted really to hang out with young boys. I mean, they you get they have nothing to add on me.
Yeah.
So I would be with the older men so that I can hear that they love me, you're doing well, those kinds of things. So, and then other than that, I also I lacked in some kinds of things that I wanted my dad to do for me. So I didn't get them. So I ended up doing other kinds of things just to fill the gap. And I don't know. It was a bit hectic. So when I found out that I had daddy issues, I was like, oh my
All
God,
along.
this is why I was acting like this. This is why I was rebellious.
Yeah.
This is why I was living my life like this. Because I mean, I felt like the people I was living with were not understanding me. So yeah.
That's interesting because you may have exhibited your issues with rebellion. I wasn't a rebellious child per se. Like I was not against. I didn't disturb my mother. I would say me. I didn't. I know others would disturb my mother, but me, I didn't.
Is she ratting them out?
So I didn't. I thought I was a good child. Like there's nothing wrong with me. But when I grew in, like, you're trying to seek God, I didn't understand trusting God because I didn't understand trusting a man to take care of me. And also, another thing about not having a father is that there's this gap in your life that is just so huge, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
There's a covering that comes from just having a present father who when I call daddy, you're going to show up.
Yeah.
So I had this mentality of I have to take care of myself. I have to hustle. It's on me to get myself the things I want. That was the mentality I had. And my mother, it's not that she didn't do anything. She took care of us, but to the best of her ability. And so she would provide food and clothing.
Yeah.
Now all these other extras, like if you want that, you're going to have to work hard to get it. Now, when I grew and I started getting money, guess where I would spend it? Buying things, going out, eating, like all these things that I didn't get to have as a child. When I would get money, mama. Either maybe God, that's why He didn't give me so much money early in my life. Like I didn't have any wisdom in spending money because I had that thing that I just want to protect myself. I want to hoard and have as much as I can.
Yeah.
Because when I grew up, I didn't have anything, and it's because this person really. It's not that the things cover you, but they provide a kind of protection around you that makes you think everything is okay because you didn't have them growing up. Now you think that having them is what is the security you're going to need. So I had that mentality of I have to hustle hard. I have to provide for myself. No one is going to take care of you. And then the thing of trusting God. God was like plan F. If you have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D.
That's a long.
Like I'm against the wall and all my things have failed. Then I'm like, hi, I'm here.
The prodigal has returned.
And sometimes he would do for you what it is you wanted, but he would do it his way and in his timing. The lack of having so I used to envy pastors' children or children or people who had fathers because they talked about God like he's a magician. He can just do anything. I'm like, what do you mean? He's my God. It's for pulling strings. I have to negotiate. It's because I lacked an understanding of trust because I never grew to trust any man to really take care of me.
So I guess when it comes to trusting and how I grew up, I think, as I've said, I used to talk to my dad about everything. Even the boy who came and told me he loved me, I would run to my dad, be like, Daddy, guess what? You get it? So he would advise me, and I really loved his advices because he never told me don't or do. He would tell me, it's your choice. So every time I asked him a reason as to why, and he would give me genuine reasons. So when he died, I found myself keeping secrets. You get, I stopped opening up to people, not my brothers, not my sisters, no one. So even if I'm dying with something, I would keep it on my heart. So I would either bring it out through rebellion, that is not obeying whoever was talking to me, because I know they don't understand where I'm coming from and why I'm doing this. So I kept secrets, I kept quiet, I became preserved, those kinds of things. And then I lost my identity. So because I lost my identity, I didn't believe in myself. So because of that, I found myself deteriorating in some of the things that I knew I loved. You get? Because my family knew I loved singing, I loved dancing, I loved acting. It just stopped.
It all went away.
Yeah, because he used to push me into it. Not push me, but he used to tell me you can do it. You get? He's the one who told me you can be in the church choir. If not, you're ceasing from living in my house. That's what he told me. At first, it felt like he had forced me, but then I found out that I actually loved it. So when he died, I was like, all this for nothing. You get, like, I lost it all. So my identity got lost. I didn't know what to do. So I decided to keep myself inside. Like I shelled myself. So no one understood me. I showed them a picture that they wanted to see, but inside me, they knew nothing. So up to now, no one knows what Lillian went through that during that time, because I kept it to myself. Whether it was a hardship, whether it was a success, I would not tell. And they would be like, "Oh, you get it." And up to now, yes, I did that, but I think I'm just grateful to God that then I remembered him.
Yeah.
Because for you now, you've been saying that you didn't trust God. No, I think for me, it came to that point where I had to search God and remember him, that he is a good father. So when I tell you that my relationship with God was good, to the point that when I rebelled against him, he was still with me. I could see that God actually is the one making me pass here, but yeah, we are going either way. So it's like I would just put him on my back and move on. So I guess I still trusted that he was going to keep me safe, keep me alive. Everywhere I go, he's with me, but he's in my pocket. He's not the one driving the wheel.
Yeah.
But I trusted that he's there with me. So I think for me, that was the case. Like he's present, but not present.
Yeah.
I made him like my dad who died. He was there with my dad died, but he didn't do anything. So it's the same thing with me. You were there, you're there, but you're not doing anything. You're just doing the protection part, and yay, life moves on. But then I am so grateful that after that, I got a spiritual father who actually made me realize that those were all daddy issues.
Oh my goodness. Another big one for me was a lack of identity, because identity for children comes from their fathers.
Yes.
It doesn't come from their mothers. My mother was a present mother. She even used to work at home. Like she was like she was around. She wasn't gone hours and then she was around, but my identity wasn't in her. Now, because I didn't have any sort of identity, you make identities along the way. You begin to identify yourself with whatever either you like, or whatever pulls you the most, whatever grabs on you, and then you become that thing. So I would be like looking for, what am I good at? Maybe this is going to be my thing. Or what am I good at? This is going to be my thing. The more I became aware, now because of reality TV shows, and you're watching these women and the most you're like, yeah, I'm gonna be like that. So you become a slay queen. You build this facade around yourself that this is who you are. Yet inside you're like a pepper. Like you can just be crumbled like this. So I had this thing where when I went somewhere, I had to be the smartest. And if I'm not, and this is, by the way, my opinion, because like you're the only one who judges whether you're smart or not. So you enter a room and you're like, I'm the smartest. And my friends will be like, can I get Mariangela? You tell her casual, Mama, she's going to because for me there was nothing casual. My identity depended on how I looked.
Yeah.
So if I didn't look the part, I would be crushed. So if I reached there and someone was dressed better, in my opinion, I would be crushed. My identity would be taken out. Meanwhile, I'm here trying to show people how I'm serious. I love God. I knew nothing about myself. I didn't know who I was. Who was Mary Angela? I had nothing, no clue. I was like a paper bag. You know when you blow up a paper bag and it's moving around. Anyone can just mash it. I
just air.
didn't. You know, there's this thing when you find big families where the father is there, and that, like my husband is a great example. He really knows who he is. Like his father has put in them a strength of we are like this. All the children are like stable. They know who they are. I was like a leaf, just blowing me out. I had no sense of
because
who
you
I
had
was.
no roots. Yeah.
I had no roots. I had no sense of who I was. And then I joined, I was even in church, by the way, because before I met our spiritual father, I was a Christian. I knew nothing of what it means to have your identity in Christ because I couldn't build an identity in Christ without knowing what really my identity was. The chief identity was a mystery to me. Me, I thought you just live and you grow and you die and you do your best to.
There is no need for identity.
So then we meet our spiritual father, and it was long, like 7 years into the relationship, that I realized I actually have a problem because he didn't poke at it. He didn't come at it and be like, get your identity right. He just was teaching you these foundational teachings, but then you're like, hey,
yeah,
wrong.
very wrong.
And then you begin building your identity in Christ, and you're like, oh, okay, so I'm loved. That thing of I'm loved, it was a mystery to me. I'm loved. How can I be loved in that this is how I've grown up? What do you mean? Maybe I love, let's leave it. I'm blessed. What? Blessed? Let's leave that. So the chapter of Ephesians 1, me was always a mystery to me. I could not understand it because that was the identity of a Christian. But I'm like, I can't relate with any of these things. But we move along, Lord. Like, let's move this. But eventually it started to make sense.
Oh my God, this is actually life-giving because I mean, someone is out there thinking we are okay. I'm okay. Now there is this issue whereby you actually have your dad and he's present and he's around, but he's not present. You get so, and then you find yourself doing things. We've been talking about it, saying that you don't understand people who actually do things because they want attention.
Yeah, like you behave badly because you want someone to pay attention to you.
I mean, and I was telling her I actually do understand because there is the lack of love and the lack of attention. So you find yourself that either your child or your wife, by the way, women, we can be petty, or your wife is doing things so that you can see them. So that's when you're going to find either a child is rebellious. It's not because they are bad. Mostly teenagers. Teenagers act like that because now they feel big. You get, but that's because of the roots that you gave them down here. If you give them the freedom or that too much, then they're going to grow up and want to be independent because, hey, guess what? This is how you've made me.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can be there thinking that your child is being rebellious at school. Mostly bullies bully because they do not have enough love.
Yeah.
They do not have enough attention. They do not have the parents present in their lives. So they want to pick on those kids who actually are having it, if you realize. Because me, I was bullied in primary, and it was not a good sight. I kept on asking myself, why am I being bullied? But I realized I had my dad, I had my mom, and every time I wanted, my dad was there. You would never report to my dad, and he never shows up. So I realized, I'm like, oh. And then this person who was bullying me, their dad was there, but not there. So when I grew up, I understood why they were doing that. So it's the same thing. When your child is being bullied or when your child is bullying, that means there is something lacking in the family. And I'm not saying that you have a problem. You just have to search it out. So in other words, you have to give attention to your parents. I mean, to your children, give attention to your husband, give attention to your wife.
Yeah.
Because most of the time it's because there is not enough love, there is not enough attention. That's why we go, well, you're busy saying, I don't have daddy issues. But then you're going to go leave your husband in the room and go hang out with someone else. You get, it's because there is an issue that is not addressed. I don't have daddy issues. You tell your husband, my dad never treated me like this. How dare you? That's a daddy issue. I mean, why are you bringing your daddy issues into our
Your
marriage?
daddy into the marriage.
You get it? Why are you bringing your daddy into a marriage if you don't have daddy issues? Why are you talking about your dad all the time and how he treated you and now how your husband is treating you? It's because those issues are there and you've not really worked on them, or you're working on them somehow that your husband is not or your wife is not. So daddy issues are actually a huge play in our lives because they are the ones that drive you. So either you are too proud or you don't have anything. That's the truth. You realize people who say my dad, it's because they are proud.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking to you as my husband or as my wife, and you're busy bringing in your dad. In. I mean, is he the one who brings food at the table at this point? He's not. I am the one. But you're busy telling me how your dad treated your mom. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, check yourself and find out where it started. Because when you do, then you're going to see that, oh, I've actually been trying to treat my husband like my dad, or my children like nothing, because you thought you've got it all. So that is a lot of pride. And then the not having anything, it's you don't know what to do with your life. You're not submissive. You do not care about whether the children have eaten or not. I mean, you're living your life. You're like, I'm free. It's like as if you have no children. It's like as if you have no family. It's because you do not have your identity. So you do not know how to give it to your children, or you don't know how to embed yourself in your husband.
So with your chigambo. One, I think, as we conclude, I would like to just pinpoint some real issues that show you that you have daddy issues. One, you don't want to submit to authority. Because fathers represent authority in the home, and you didn't have one, or the one you had was not present. Your mother was like, and your father was like, you didn't get to see how submission works.
Yeah,
it had. Another one is you don't have identity.
Yeah,
your identity is wrapped up in the things around you and not in who you are as an individual and who God says you are as an individual, and who your husband is as an individual. Those are the three places where your identity should stem, and not the environment, your career, your friends, your whatever
degrees.
And then this drive to want to be independent, to want to settle your life and just be the king of all kings. Women these days want to call themselves kings, so and so, and kings, so and so. That is you should be like, ding, daddy issue when that is something you want. Basically, you want to be in charge of how things happen in your life, because when you were young and the father was not present, or he was present but not in charge, you learned that someone needs to be in charge, and you learned that I think it needs to be me, because who else will do it for me? And when you listen to many slave queens right now online, you hear them repeat this statement: if I don't look out for myself, who's going to look out for me? That is a clear, daddy issue. Because either the father was absent or he was present but not active, and whatever circumstance caused the issue, the signs and symptoms will always be the same, and they will always present the same. There will be rebellion because you just don't want to know. You've taken care of yourself this whole time. Now a man is saying, come home early.
How dare
these are the things that you will struggle with, and I'm sure there are many things, but this is what we have highlighted for today. And I hope that it has made sense. I pray that it has brought some light into your life to show you some areas. And so what is the solution here?
I think the solution here is to seek the foundational teachings, because I might say that seek God, but God is there. God is like literally there, but he's quiet. He's waiting for you to realize him. He's like that father who was waiting for his son to come back home. But then Jesus, if you know Jesus, then you found your identity, because Jesus is going to show you where the father is. Because God is there, but he might be sitting in that couch and you're facing this side.
Mm.
But then Jesus is going to be in your face. His blood
Mm.
is going to be on you.
Mm.
So I think for me, it's go for the foundational teachings, which are in
Hebrews chapter 6, verse 1 and 2.
yes. When you read them, then go deep into them, you're actually going to find your identity there. And you're going
Yes.
to, it's going to just unlock for you. Because
Mm.
sometimes people say that the New Testament doesn't speak to them. It's because you've not welcomed Jesus into your life. You think you're a Christian, but you don't know Jesus. So they'll be like, when I read the New Testament, I don't understand anything. It's because you've not given your identity to Jesus.
Yeah.
Or you've not tried to find him.
Mm.
So when you read the foundational teachings, they are 7. Everything is going to unlock for you.
It's going to make sense. There's
Yeah.
7 years.
Everything is going to make sense for you. The New Testament will unlock for you, and then you will find your identity in there. And you will find yourself not even wanting whatever you've been wanting.
These things kind of fall off.
Yeah, they fall off by themselves.
And then another thing I would encourage you is to find a spiritual father. Like, spiritual father, we have taken this term loosely. We think that any man we listen to is our spiritual father. But a spiritual father has an active role he plays in your life. Like, you talk to him often, actively. You go to him, he unravels the things going on in your life, gives you direction, and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going.
Yeah.
It's not a one-off thing. It's not a Sunday experience. Sunday, like, oh, I went to church, my spiritual father. No,
it's Pastor so and so.
You have to spend time with this person, because that's the only way those things inside your heart can be touched by this person. And he has to, he will help guide, the things that make you pay attention to what needs to be paid attention to, and ignore the noise. That's what a spiritual father does. And he will help you get grounded into being a child of God, because he will show you what God looks like really on earth. For me, that's what healed me. I got to see God in this man, and the way he cared, and the way he loved me, the way he would,
and the patience,
banange. Like, I asked him, but you knew all this about me. Why didn't you tell me? He's like, and I tell you, and then what?
You ran away.
And you so he really helped me and taught me and showed me Jesus consistently until I became secure. And I'm like, oh, okay. But it was because he was patient enough to do it for me. So prayerfully seek out a spiritual father. Someone who God will lead to you, or he will lead you to, and this person will take on the responsibility of helping you grow and get rid of this issue of the daddy. Absent father, like he will just begin to cover you in those areas where you were not covered as you were growing up. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope we've put some light onto it. No offense to whoever has been walking in that light. Yeah. Have a good week. Have a blessed month. Yes.
Bye. Thank you for watching.